start sharing fun facts about ourselves. Fun fact about me, I've been wearing my contacts lately. That's why it took so long getting down this morning.
Really?
Yeah, I still struggle. I've been wearing them obviously for like literally 5 years now, but every morning I cry and then like one fell out and I dropped them in the sink. I was like, ah.
All right, I'll keep that in. Let's roll the intro.
Well, welcome back to Poddy Talk,
the podcast where we shit talk ourselves.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Tor.
And today is a gorgeous day. Spring is here. The time has changed. Did that time change confuse you?
No, because I actually came from New Orleans, so I had a double time change. So when it was 9 a.m. here on the Sunday, it was actually 7 a.m. for me. Yeah, it was 2 hours. That was crazy. And then I was on a call yesterday because I go to Saskatoon on Friday. And they were like, yeah, it's a 2-hour time change. And I was like, it's like I've never been home.
Like Pitbull says, an international girl. Truly.
No, truly. But Saskatoon is in Canada, so
that's so
staying
funny.
Domestic this time around.
Yeah, you've been traveling. So where were you? You were Texas and then New Orleans?
Yeah, this is such a strange and random story because, I mean, it's not like I sat there one day and said, I gotta go to Texas. I mean, I have nothing.
I would say that maybe.
Maybe. I mean, not a lot of people, like, it's not a huge tourist pull. New Orleans, definitely, like, very touristy. But Texas really isn't. And, like, for some things it is, like, so South by Southwest, like the big music festival that just got canceled.
From Corona.
That's where I was. I was in Austin, and then I was in San Antonio. And then I was in New Orleans. So it was really interesting. I mean, it's always interesting, I think, to travel the U.S. in parts that I don't explore. Like, you know, we go to...
so traditionally,
well, exactly, yeah,
touristy.
We go to New York, we go to L.A., you know, Chicago, whatever, all those kind of hubs. But it was really interesting because actually Austin obviously is the capital of Texas. So that was kind of crazy. And, like, there's so much history in these locations, and I kept being like, Toronto is a baby. I couldn't explain it.
Is it the biggest state? Because it's massive, right? Like, it's huge.
It's massive, but Austin, I mean, this is what's weird. The state itself is massive, but the cities are kind of sleepy. Like, they don't feel...
as like hustle and bustle.
Yeah, it's not as crazy as I think you might imagine, especially for the capital.
Yeah.
It was just, that was kind of interesting. What was I saying though? I was just gonna say something. Oh, well, we went to visit the universities, like, so University of Austin, and I started howling laughing because, first of all, Ryerson looks nothing like that. Like, you walk in and there's just massive, you know, like the Greek homes for all the sororities.
Sororities in the States are like
crazy to me.
It's like the movies,
crazy.
like American
it
movies.
Literally felt like a movie, and the way that their shrubs are perfectly, you know, perfect, and they have their little scooters on the edge of their lawns, and I was like, me walking down Church Street just doesn't really feel the same.
You're like, Kappa Kappa Delta, and you're like, what?
Yeah, no, so that was really interesting.
I love it.
But yeah, like, visiting the U.S. in those scenarios was interesting, and I guess to my point, what I was getting at that I forgot is that it's so based in history where Toronto is not. Like, we're such a young country in Canada that we forget so much of what was going on, especially in the South at that time. So yeah, it was a very, like, historical, enlightening. I learned so much about, you know, the Civil Wars, and, like, I felt like I went literally
history
back.
Buff.
Yeah, like, it was really crazy and interesting, and, like, learned about, like, how even New Orleans had come to be, and, like, the influence of the British, the influence, like, it was just very,
I feel like Austin is also known for its crazy food scene. What was the food like?
No, the food was really good.
So, like, classic comfort, like, Southern.
I think the first night was one of our favorite dinners, and it was, like, fried chicken and waffles, but, like, truly authentic, like, not a fake version. It was really good. The food scene was good. There was some funny things that went on, because it was the first time in a long time, I would say, that I was just traveling with my parents alone. That's pretty rare nowadays.
So it's just your parents and you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And typically in modern day, that wouldn't necessarily be the scenario, because I would either have Adam with me, or, like, my sister would come along, or usually my brother would be there. But he's off at university, my sister was moving, like, Adam was unavailable, so I was like, well, here we go.
It's fun to pretend you're an only child for a hot minute, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. But it was just really funny. Like, there were funny things that happened. So, like, because it was just the three of us, we were, you know, being economical. And I was like, I'll just stay in the same hotel room as you guys, because I would just be on the pullout and they had a king-size bed. So one of the first hotels we got to was so funny because, like, first of all, pullouts in general just kind of gross me out. I don't know what it is, but just the idea that this bed is always folded inside itself and people are, like, sitting on it.
It's also just never as comfortable as a real bed.
No, it's just not it. So, and at the later hotels, I had my own bed. Like, I had a king in a separate room, so just this one hotel room, it was like this pullout. So I pull out the bed, and it just was not it. Like, I looked at the futon, and I was like, Mom, this is nasty. Like, I cannot sleep on this. And she's like, Torri, that's ridiculous. It's totally fine. I was like, no, please, call down
you
for...
sleep on it, Mom.
No, I said, call down for a new futon. Like, at least just
like
get them to deliver
thing?
a new one. So she calls down. I literally died. She calls down, and like the person's on speaker, the concierge, and she says, hello, sir. Sorry, we just checked in, and my daughter is requesting a new futon because she's calling it nasty and would like it to be replaced.
No way she said that.
I'm not lying. And the guy goes, yes, ma'am. Okay, we'll be
Sorry
up right
for the
away.
nasty futon.
No, like, they knew exactly what she meant. And then that became, like, the word of the trip. Like, anytime I, like, hated something, my mom's like, is it nasty? And I'm like, yes, it is nasty.
Oh, that is too much.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was roughing it on the futon, but hey, I lived to tell the tale.
You made it.
Yeah.
Getting to that king bed at the end must have felt like
it felt amazing in New Orleans. Yeah, I had my own bed, so that was pretty legit.
And what was New Orleans like? I've never been there
It's
either.
a huge party city. Like, if you're not there to get down, get low, you're not there for the right reasons. Legitimately. It was crazy. Their main street is called Bourbon Street, which I don't even know what I would even compare it to that would even make sense to you. Because doesn't make sense. It's just people hanging off rails, like
at
literally
any hour.
At any hour, open 24 hours. There's no last call. People just drink till they, you know, are
Die?
yeah.
Oh my God.
It would be really, really fun for like a bachelorette party or a bachelor party. The food scene is good, but it's a city that never sleeps. Like, very different than Texas in that way.
So if you had to pick one to go back to, what would you go back to first?
Probably New Orleans with the right
interesting.
crowd.
Yeah.
And we kept saying that it would be really fun to be there with a big group of people,
Right.
Because a lot of it is, you know, bar hopping and whatever, karaoke, all those things. So, like, it's really fun if you had like a good group of girls going.
That's epic.
Yeah, it was a really interesting place, and they have a huge like diamond scene as well, which is kind of interesting.
Wait, you mean like selling jewels?
Yeah, like vintage shops and diamonds. I was like trying on engagement rings and just sending miscellaneous photos to
Like,
Adam.
this one's cute.
It was really weird though. Some of them were so massive and so nice, but like great prices, because a lot of them I guess are more vintagey finds. Like, they're not resold. Like, they've lost some of their original value, but they're still like beautiful rings. So that was kind of interesting. Like, a lot of vintage watches, lots of art scene. Like, there was a wig shop that I was inspired by. I wanted to like be Kylie Jenner and buy like 10 wigs.
Okay, so my thing, I think wigs are just, I mean, they seem perfect in theory. You're like, the hair's done, you just throw on a little like stocking, put on the wig. I think, well, one, because I'm a sweaty and hot human.
Yeah.
But also, I am so like spastic and like chaotic that if I just want to do a somersault, your wig's gonna fall off.
You're feeling limited.
Yeah. And I've tried, I mean, not that I have a collection of wigs, but I like tried some on, like, oh, that'd be fun for like a night out. I cannot do it. It restricts me.
I don't know. I was very inspired. There was a really nice green one that I was like, oh, that would look so good for like St. Patty's Day. But then, I mean, and they were priced well too, and they were nice hair. But yeah, I don't know how Kylie does it. I guess she has professionals, and hers don't even look like wig. Like, they do and they don't.
She has like the expensive lace front, like the ones where you probably glue them down.
Right.
Like, but I think it's different too when you're having a hair team, like properly lay your hair underneath and then lay the wig and blend it.
Because like, do you see she has light brown hair right now?
Yeah.
I like it.
It's so interesting.
But is that just a full-on wig? Like, she obviously didn't color her hair.
Well, I think maybe she dyed her actual hair, but she's got really short natural hair, I think.
No, for sure, but you think that's her natural hair on top? I think it's all a wig.
I don't know. I never know. Me and my mom have this game where
Kylie for sure is a wig queen. More than any of the other sisters.
Even Kim says she hates wearing wigs.
Yeah.
So she'll do like weave and like put hair
She does
pieces in,
weaves,
but she
yeah.
hates the feeling of a wig.
Whereas
like,
I think Kylie has always been like, I will wig it.
Well, I think it's also like hair health. It's like better because you're not actually dyeing and processing your hair, but mine's the comfort. Comfort is like my new thing. I saw this tweet, really resonated. It goes, 2020, the year of not wearing anything that makes you uncomfortable. Like, physically uncomfortable. Like, I hate when I'm in like you know, I get like annoyed at that stuff.
I like being uncomfortable sometimes in clothing.
Really?
Yeah, like if I feel good in it, I don't mind being uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, I guess there's a line. Like, if it is, like, a fit, like, and I'm just wearing it for a night, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, like, every day put on a pair of jeans that are so uncomfortable. Or, like, I'm not living that life anymore.
Okay.
2020 is the year of comfort.
Is that also I saw your Instagram stories yesterday talking about, like, your no makeup, like, rant. Like, why do we have to?
Yeah.
And I was like, is she upset about this? I don't know.
No.
Explain to the audience.
Okay. So I was just honestly in a mood last night. I was, like, ready for bed. I was, like, cozied up, and I was just like talking to the internet when maybe I didn't need to. Anyways, no, I was just talking about the idea, which I feel like this kind of goes on both sides. There's some parts of the internet that I feel like are so like blogger, done up, glam, blah, 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 and you like never see like the reality. You're like, I know you don't look like that all the time. Stop pretending that that's what you look like in your sweatpants because you look amazing and glam and like incredible. Right. And there's some sides of the internet that are just so manufactured, and I know we hear this all the time, but there's like that world, and then there's the other world of like maybe like up and coming new gen like that are so like relatable and so raw and so opposite of that.
Like the Billie Eilish vibe.
Kinda, but like I feel like it's either always one or the other, and I've always been someone, especially
You're right.
I feel like I've grown into it more where I'm like, I love like the manufactured cute Instagram, but then on Instagram stories, I love to be like my ratchet, gross like myself, and like, my true form and whatever. And anyway, so I just kind of got talking yesterday because especially I posted a new video, and the video was like such a mix of, it was like kind of like a vlog style, like whatever day in my life. And half of the video I look disgusting, fresh out of the gym, like sweaty, gross, and I don't care. Like at this point, I've been like making videos for so long. Like, I don't care if I'm on the internet looking that way. And it's also like I'd rather be in control of the grossness.
Right.
I'm gonna put it out in my way, you know?
Yeah.
And then there was part of the video where I had makeup on, I had to like run to an event or something, so I like was looking glam at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And like there was just a few people talking about like, oh my god, that's so nice that like she puts herself out there like looking so ugly.
Right.
Like not
but
people
do you
being mean.
call it out? Like, because I saw that you said, like, do you call it out being like, oh, sorry, I look ugly, or were you saying you don't do that?
No, so my thing, this year, I want to be really conscious of actually not apologizing for things like that. Because it was funny, I was kind of going through like a deep dive on my YouTube like archive, like back to videos when I was 16, 17, and
you'd be like, sorry, my hair's not perfect right now.
Yeah, but that's also like the idea what I thought a YouTuber was at that time.
Right.
Like everyone's like, because I would see other girls make a video and like do a product shot and be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, my nails look so gross. Like, sorry, ignore
you're
that.
calling out.
And I would just kind of, I guess, repeat that behavior and say the same thing. Oh, I guess people expect you to have your nails done, so I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, guys, sorry, my nails are chipped or whatever.
Right.
Whereas that was more, I think, just like a young learning thing, and as you like whatever through the years, kind of get rid of that.
It is kind of a little comedic to have like hideous nails and just be like, it's perfect. But do you know what I mean? It's like kind of both ways. I get the call out, but I agree it's not good for the
but then it's also just, I guess, creating the standard of, oh, my nails need to be done all the time.
It's too high of a
and
standard,
It's like also, well, one, no one cares. You calling it out draws more attention.
Right.
But it's like even the thing, which I need to catch myself because I'm not perfect and I still do it, also be like, oh my god, this pimple, this is so gross.
Right.
But it's like, I guess, not the idea of never acknowledging it or never talking about it, but the idea of apologizing for your appearance. And I feel like whether it's I don't want to make this huge feminism thing, but whether it's how we are raised as women to value the appearance over anything else, and how we know that that's how people see us first. And
my boyfriend has never been like, wow, I'm so sorry that I have a pimple, or I'm so sorry I smell bad, or I'm so sorry.
But we always feel the need to acknowledge it, to be like, hey, I know my hair looks really bad today, like bad hair day, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna put on a hat. Like,
right.
We always have to make a little like asterisk and like explain why we are the way we are. So I'm just like, this year I'm not apologizing for it. And like not in a weird like, I'm gonna make this intense stance, but I'm just gonna make conscious effort if I'm making a YouTube video and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not wearing makeup today, like lazy day, hashtag like Saturday, I'm just gonna make the video.
Right.
Like,
it's like, I don't have to say anything.
Talk about, I'm so sorry I don't look like so glam dude.
Right.
And I think that's also something, maybe kind of, not an like internal struggle, but I think the idea growing up, it was also funny, I was reading this other article talking about why for a few years of our like lives growing up were we told to hate pink and hate all things girly and like make such a stance against it. Because there was such like an argument, you're a girly girl or you're a tomboy. And I know growing up, that's something that I felt so strongly. I didn't understand that you could just be both.
Right.
And I was like, oh, well, I like sports. So like, ew, pink is a gross color. I like Avril Lavigne. I'm so edgy. And like, then there was the girls that liked Hillary Duff and like pink. And like, it was such a separation. So always growing up, it kind of speaks into the idea of how I got into the makeup world, because I was always so against it because makeup was girly. And I couldn't just be like, oh, makeup is just art.
Right.
But I was like, that's a girly thing. That means you're like narcissistic.
Yeah.
And it's so funny now being going to school for makeup, becoming a makeup artist, all of that, and just understanding that you can just be it all.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Totally.
See, that's so interesting. Like, I always believed there was both. I always thought there was both. Because I was such a, like, I always loved makeup. I was more leaning girly girl.
Yeah.
Even in my sports, because I didn't play hockey or anything that kind of led me in that more tomboy way. But similar to you, a lot of my influences were more edgy or more tomboy or, I mean, I guess I loved Hilary Duff too. I don't know.
Well, it just kind of speaks to the whole idea of, which I feel like now in 2020 we are breaking all of that stuff, but it's like, I
thought, you know why I wanted to be a tomboy?
What?
In my heart, I was always a girly girl. I liked makeup. I liked, dance. I liked being fabulous. I would wear gowns to school, and that says something about a person.
You're just extra.
I was just extra, and that never changed. But one of my favorite movies to this day was She's the Man. And
yeah, she's like the true like badass.
Yeah, and it's funny because looking back, I'm like, it had nothing to do with the fact that I was trying to be tomboy. It had to do with the fact that I was trying to get guys' attention. I would be more
I play football,
tomboy, thinking that guys didn't like a girl that was too fluffy.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I remember in grade 3, one day I decided to just wear cargo pants and, like, a baggy sweater. My sister had this whole, like, she thought she was Eminem, so, like,
sorry, what? Paige thought she was Eminem the rapper?
Like, she didn't think she was Eminem, she...
Embodied
Eminem. So she cut all her hair off and wore this black toque to school every day.
Wait, what grade is she in at this
point?
point?
Like, grade 6, maybe 5. So I was in, like, grade 3.
Wait, why can I picture Paige doing
Yeah,
this?
and she would literally, like, do the rap, like, on the way to school. Like, she was obsessed with Eminem. That was her main influence until we went to Krispy Kreme one day, which means a lot to me.
I know.
And it was my mom, my sister, and I, and she was wearing her Eminem toque, and then...
And someone goes,
yeah,
Eminem,
no,
is that you?
No, he said, hey, what can I get your daughter and son? And called her out, and then she was like, oh, I'm not Eminem anymore, or, like, something like that. I should have Paige on to retell the story, but she definitely loved her Eminem phase. But in the Eminem phase, I was like, oh, my sister's tomboy. Like, I need to be more tomboy. So I, like, borrowed her cargo pants and this, like, oversized sweater. And I remember I had this crush on this guy named, like, Jacob at the time.
Shout out to Jacob.
He was wearing the same pants when I got to school that day. And then I was like, does he love this or does he hate this?
That's so
But it was just like, I realized in retrospect, it had nothing to do with the fact that I was actually tomboy. Like, I would never, like, play soccer at recess or, like, do any of that. Like, I was in the corner playing.
This is the whole argument, though. It's like, do these labels hurt or help us? It's like, why do we even need to say, oh, you like playing sports? Tomboy. It's like,
I know.
Why do we even need, because I think if anything, I don't know. In some ways, yes, certain types of labels, I think, help people identify or feel a part of something, which in that aspect is good. But certain labels or boxes like that, I feel like actually are really narrow-minded and makes people feel...
Yeah, it's not helpful.
Yeah. So anyways, it's interesting. It's a whole part of the conversation of, like...
Needless to say, Jacob never followed up with me after I wore the same
Jacob never circled back.
That was funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I remember there was do you remember, like, Scholastic Book Fair?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
Loved
was
it so
the
much.
best time of my life forever.
I agree.
And even, did you guys ever have, like... It was like the same idea as the Scholastic Book Fair, but it would be like the Scholastic like monthly orders.
Like library? Yeah, where you can choose. Yeah, that was
my mom was a librarian, always was like very like, you can pick out a book. But you know when there would be like a pack of like, you get a book, but like a little toy?
Toys.
Yeah.
So I only ever wanted to order the toys, not the books.
Same.
I was like, here's a cute pencil case, I need this.
So there was this, I have such a vivid memory, and this was like when I was in my prime, Avril Lavigne, like Ashley Simpson when she was very edgy, like pre-nose job days. And there was this one pack that you bought this book. I think it was like maybe a Dear Dumb Diary book, like one of those more edgy, quirky, like kid books.
Yeah.
And it came with 2 sweatbands that had skulls all over it.
Those
so
were
like,
so
Mom,
good.
this is the book that I want. So I picked it out, and I remember when it came in that day at school, I was like living. I was so excited to put on those sweatbands.
Yeah.
So I wore those 2 little wrist sweatbands with my little edgy
Stop. For
Yeah.
how long? Did you get rashes? You never took them off?
Probably showered with them on. I think I got
so funny.
tan lines in the summer, but no, there's
so many weird trends that like get called back to my mind in random moments, like the sex bands. Do you remember the black Claire's sex bands? And if you wore them a certain way, it meant that you had had sex.
No, that did not.
What?
Not
It didn't. Okay, in Toronto, comment below. People will totally know what I'm talking about.
I love boobies to like save breast cancer.
Yeah,
those were big in our school.
I remember that, and the life bands, the like.
Oh, and people will put them on their knees and then.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Really?
But you know what I'm talking about? The ones that were plasticky,
the yellow ones,
and everyone wore those. Those were weird. But no, the ones I'm talking about, they sold at Claire's, and they were like super simple, like black bands. They came in different colors.
Like an elastic?
Sort of, but like not fully. Like it was a bracelet,
Oh.
and you used to be able to tie them together. People are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about, but you'd like collect the two and then pull them and like make a bracelet.
Oh.
And if you wore them a certain way,
and you make like a little figure 8.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you wore them a certain way, or if you wore a certain color, I don't remember. Someone might know the details better than I remember. But then it meant that you had sex.
Ooh,
or if you like break the
scandalous.
band, then it meant that you were like dating someone. I don't know.
Oh my god, people would wear like stacks of
I know.
those. All the trends, we had to live through the craziest, like most disgusting, weird emo trends, especially when we were growing up.
Did you have beans? The magnet beans?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Those were great.
Do you remember the big like emo hair sweep and like
Yeah.
you look back, you're like
The
those are
pompadour
hilarious.
then came later because
my
of
God.
all the
The bump
Jersey
it.
Shore callbacks.
But then I watch now on TikTok all these like cool kids that have beautiful makeup and they're like so on trend, and I'm like, we really had a bad time. We don't have the proper influences.
No,
or the education.
Or yeah, maybe we just weren't exposed to it. I don't mind it. I don't mind that though. Like I think our standards were lower.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I think if it was today and I was in grade
I would hate
7,
myself.
I would think that I was like hideous. Whereas
Totally.
back in that time, I was like, oh, this black eyeliner is
Thick
killing the
eyeliner,
game.
white inner corner, no other
Yes,
makeup.
that's it.
You're like,
Black eyeliner,
heavy
yeah.
side sweep.
That was it. That was the magic.
Oh.
No braces yet. Just
I had braces. Did you ever have proper braces?
just Invisaligns. So
Oh,
I
okay.
lived my best life and never had to get them.
I was so excited to get braces, so I had them for a very short period of time. I had them for like under 6 months.
Well, that's good.
I
That's
remember,
fast.
well, because I just had one tooth that like needed some major help, and then I did Invisalign for the rest of it. But I remember it so clearly. It was the day before our grade 8 grad trip where we went to Ottawa. And for me, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting diamonds on my teeth. Like, this is such a great accessory.
Oh
like,
my
I was
God.
so excited. I couldn't like sleep the night before I got my braces. And then the day you get them on, you're like,
This
sick.
hurts,
Yeah,
and they're
you're
not
just like,
cute.
I also look disgusting. Like, there's not many
I don't
photographic
know why
memories of it, but
I wanted braces
same.
too.
Yeah, and like it's like you want glasses. It's just like
I
the fun
know,
accessories,
yeah.
I think, which speaks to our true
I
girly girl side.
I also got glasses because I liked a boy. Clearly I was misguided in life.
You were lying to the optometrist.
Yeah, I
used to do
lied.
that all the time.
I just lied because I was like, I want glasses. He got glasses, and I was like, he will like me if I am also relatable
That's
and
so
have
funny.
glasses. And then I got headaches because I obviously should not have been wearing these glasses.
Oh.
Also, why couldn't I just go to Claire's and buy fake
Fake
glasses?
ones. Well, I'm surprised they actually went through because, I mean, maybe you're just a better actor because they completely saw through my lies.
Really?
So my brother got glasses when we were young and I was obviously so jealous. I was like, I want glasses.
Yeah.
This person doesn't even want glasses. This is so unfair.
Right.
So when I went into the optometrist, you know when they're like, this one or the other one, number 1 or number 2, and you have to like pick between the two. I would obviously pick the opposite one every single time, so that way they would think that I needed help. And I remember in later years, my mom told me, she goes, yeah, the doctor came out of there and was like, yo, your kid's lying. She doesn't need glasses. Her vision is completely fine, but like, I think she really wants glasses. So my mom was like, girl, stop lying.
That's so
and
funny.
I didn't get glasses, but now I have glasses, so maybe it came back and bite me in the ass.
I'm an actor. What can I say? I got away with it.
We're struggling.
He was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah.
I can't read the chalkboard at school.
And of course, I was like, I need the Prada ones.
Oh my God.
So I got Prada glasses in grade 7 that I didn't need. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Love you. But it's funny because now I actually hilariously think my vision is worse because I wore them.
You still wear fake glasses to this day.
I have fake glasses.
I
well,
know.
this is the thing. I have a prescription. Because
like
of
the lowest.
No, because of the original lie. That's what I'm saying, yes.
Oh.
The original lie got me a prescription, but then the issue is my vision then, so this is actually true. If you're wearing a prescription that strains your
weakens your
eyes,
eyes.
it actually makes your eyes worse.
So do you want to know what I used to do as a kid?
So now I think the prescription helps me.
I mean, you barely need one, but I love it because whenever we have a formal situation, if we have
I'll
like a
just
meeting
show up
or an
with
event, you like
glasses.
put on your blazer, put on your glasses.
And I'm
you're
like, they're like,
intelligent.
do you actually need glasses? I'm like, Yeah, you didn't know.
Like, shut up.
Intelligence.
But it's so true. So I remember as a kid, I don't know if this is actually just like a myth or not, but do you remember if they said if you read in low light, that's really bad for your eyes as well?
Yeah, straining, yeah.
Yeah, so I used to do that all the time as a kid because I'm like, I'm going to weaken my eyes in preparation to get glasses. So I was like,
that's funny.
And I would stare at the sun, like do all the wrong things.
Jaclyn,
I wanted glasses.
And now you have to wear contacts every day.
And now I cry every morning when I put them in.
So there you go. You created hell for yourself.
Young Jaclyn.
That guy also never circled back once I got glasses, so I need to stop wearing same pants, same glasses.
It's like to all the boys I've loved before, but like
I know. I know. That'd actually be so funny. We should do a podcast episode where we just call out all our old crushes and then
just
tag
like DM them and say, "Can we call you for the podcast?"
That would be so funny.
That's hilarious.
There's no one actually.
I think everyone would be down.
Some of the high school ones I don't know that I would want to do.
Oh, really?
Oh, it just makes me uncomfortable. It's maybe a bit too soon. 5 years is not that long. Like, yeah, 5 years ago, I had a huge crush on you.
I feel like, but that's such a huge time. Like, you're like, when you're like 14, like you're.
I mean, it's definitely a huge time difference. I couldn't.
We'll bank this idea.
I will say this. I couldn't imagine sitting in this room with some of my like major life crushes. That would still make me very uncomfortable.
Well,
would that not make you uncomfortable?
I mean, yes and no. I think that's the thing. Like, when you have a crush on someone and you decide that you like them,
it's like
you
done.
can never get rid of it. No matter what they do, you're just like, I just love you.
Yeah.
I just love you so much.
Like, I think if any of them were like sitting in the room, I would just be like, hi. Yeah, do you love me? Like, I mean, obviously, I've been dating Adam for 4 years, so that makes no sense.
No, but it's still a thing. Like, a childhood love.
A childhood crush, you're never safe.
You're never safe.
Even if you just, like, ran into them on the street, I would be like, I cannot.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's the idea that you make in your head, you, like, make it so much more a thing. And
I've run into, like, some people in recent years, and it was always totally normal. I, like, bought one of my, like, high school crushes, or middle school crushes, like, a beer at a music festival last summer.
Oh, growth.
Yeah.
I love characters.
Yeah, he was like, oh, my God, thanks so much. So good to see you. And I was
you
like...
ran into that person at that dinner, too, right? With your dad's birthday.
Oh, that was funny.
Into a lot of old crushes.
He was way younger, though, like, grade, like, 6, 7. So that was even weirder, because, yeah, like, huge throwback. Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, my crushes clearly started early.
Damn.
Yeah. Crazy.
Wow. What else has happened? I don't even know. I feel like I've been in such a, not like a frazzled headspace, but like almost so hyper-focused. I've just been like getting work done.
Nice.
I've had no other life outside of like
just doing you.
Yeah, so I'm just like, nothing's going on. Don't even know what to chat about these days.
Love that.
What up?
The Bachelor finale's tonight.
I thought this was last night.
That wasn't the finale.
Oh, I actually, as soon as I was texting, I was like, hey, I'm going to watch it. I like watched for 2 seconds and I go,
fell asleep?
I'm just not watching. I just like didn't care. I haven't been watching. But I thought that was the final one, but I guess
no,
not.
tonight is the finale, so I'm having people over. You're welcome to come.
Oh. Love the last minute invite.
No, I actually hadn't invited anyone yet because, well, you know, my friend Emily loves The Bachelor, so she has put in the request weeks ahead to come watch it because she doesn't pay for cable. So
yeah, did I tell you I have TV now?
Yeah, Bell 5.
Yeah, didn't realize you could watch live TV on that.
Yeah,
you can. So now I can watch any current event. Don't
That's
you love
great.
that for me? I need to be proud.
I love cable. I think it's amazing.
I know you do.
Yeah, my cleaning lady is coming today. That's like the best feeling ever.
Are you feeling on top of your life despite traveling all over the globe?
Yeah, so far so good.
Until I have a breakdown tomorrow.
Yeah.
It always is so weird when you're out of town for so long, especially because we do so much work and hang out all the time. I'm like,
where is she?
Torri, you're like
where
in a different
did she
time
go?
zone. I'm like, she's asleep.
Oh, yeah. After Saskatoon, I'm here for a while. Well, with everything, all the health concerns going on and stuff, it's like, there's not a huge motivation to be on the road.
No, well, and we've had like 3 trips canceled now because of it, which I mean makes sense. I'd rather like be safe than sorry, but it's so funny. I feel like there's the 2 perspectives. You have like the young, healthy people that are not the susceptible ones that are like, cheap travel, I'm going wherever.
Did you see Tony? Our friend Tony posted the most hilarious thing. It was like all flights like delayed, whatever, and then it's like my girls and I heading to the airport for all the cheap flights.
And as much as that is like whatever funny, the thing is the whole issue with that is us healthy people are going to be the carriers that give it to the susceptible people.
I know.
So it's like we just got to be careful, but it's scary. Like
I know.
Italy right now is like fully under quarantine and like I was reading something like you can't even leave your house unless it's like a necessary like.
That's scary.
I don't know what it was, an import or I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that life, but it is really interesting to see how it'll all play out and hoping for the best for all of you watching.
What I don't understand, which maybe I'm just uneducated, what is the thing with like the toilet paper?
What do you mean?
Like, everyone's been buying out toilet paper and, like, fights at Costco to buy toilet paper. Have you not been seeing this?
No.
But it's the biggest conversation. Is, like, people are going crazy to, like, stock up on toilet paper. Which, and, like, of course, hand sanitizer, non-perishables, but it's the toilet paper that's, like, making headlines. And my thing is, like, okay, so, well, one, it's not a zombie apocalypse. And I get, sure, some imports will stop because some places aren't exporting things. So I get that. But it's like, if it was a zombie apocalypse, like, can't get anything anymore, food items seem the most important because we need food to live.
Well, what are you going to wipe your butt with your hand? Like, toilet paper is kind of important.
No. I just feel like in a true dire situation, toilet paper is not the top priority. Do you know what I'm saying?
If I'm thinking about my day-to-day life, I would like to think that toilet paper would be a part of it.
Okay, but if I'm talking end of the world, you have a you can only stock up your house with certain things.
I mean, I guess you can use
clothing.
live
without toilet. That's what I'm thinking. Like, you can use a washcloth. You can just hop in the shower. You can just, like, not ideal. Not ideal
drip,
at all.
drip, drop.
No, but seriously, it's like, food is the one thing. If you got no food, you're fucked. But, like,
no, I
you
get
can
it.
live without toilet paper, so why are people fighting over toilet paper? Also, it's not like
preventative measures.
But we're not gonna, like, we're gonna have toilet paper.
Yeah, people are always, I mean, what can you say?
It's like the chaos around it that makes it's like, why are you, like, Susan, why are you yelling at so-and-so for the extra large cost?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I mean, also, most places are okay. I've seen a lot of food and everything, like, fine.
Well, exactly. It's just...
I mean, grocery stores. Sorry, that was unclear. The grocery stores are good. I was in a Loblaws this morning. It was fully stocked. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the hysteria. I guess it's like anything, though. It's like the shock, outrage, like...
It's just the beginning, too. We don't know where this is heading, so I think it's just like a fear.
I think that's what's scary, but...
Hoping for the best.
Don't be fighting over rolls of toilet paper.
I know. Here we are, 2020. This is where life has brought us.
It actually got me thinking back to, so I went on this trip, this Outward Bound trip, which is like this Canadian, company that does amazing like trips in the wilderness and Algonquin, team building, all these cool things. So I went on it a few years ago, and it was funny. So we had a group, maybe of about 12 people. It was honestly one of the best trips I've ever done. Out in the wild, no cell service. You're literally shitting in the woods, like. Honestly, I've never felt more me. It was very freeing. Would recommend shitting in the woods. Anyway, so we had some like leaders who like guided us through the whole experience, which they were incredible. So I guess they had only packed 5 rolls of toilet paper, like 1 for each day. But also for 12 people,
that is not
and like
enough.
Half of them being 6 grown men, 1 roll per day doesn't seem right. Like
that
really
doesn't seem right at all.
Okay, thank you. So, anyways, I guess that was their mindset. 1 roll per day.
So you guys ran out.
So come like the second last day, and I had packed some like baby wipes and a few things, which the problem with that, you can't like dispose of them because I didn't have like the eco ones, but we had like 1 garbage bag of things we were taking back to like when we got to regular civilization. Right. So I was like, worst case scenario, I always have baby wipes. I would kind of like give myself a baby wipe shower each day to like feel fresh. So I always knew in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm gonna be okay. But I'm like, I also, I had a ration, like a very small supply. I'm like,
right,
I'm not
so you're
trying
not
to advertise that, right?
Yeah.
And especially, I think I was like on my period that week too. So it's like, I'm priority. I'm sorry, I'm keeping my baby wipes.
Yeah,
you know?
like I need my wipes.
Yeah. And anyway, so come like the second last night, we're doing this beautiful team building activity, and they always say this for the last night of the trip. We had all bonded so much. They had these little flags, these little like cloth flags, and they're like, okay, write down 1 word that represents the trip. So
Stop, do people have to use the cloths to wipe their ass?
Let me continue. So people are writing down like friendship, compassion, integrity.
Dead.
And like we had this final little ceremony we conducted within ourselves. We had a beautiful fire going. We're hanging up these beautiful cloths. We have this like a little like almost like a flag thing in the wind at the beautiful evening in Algonquin. So last night we're all just like sharing our roses and thorns. I introduced that game to the team. And so then this is when we realized if someone goes to like go in the woods and, you know, do their thing. And we had like a little bag that was like the toilet bag, AKA there would be like toilet paper in there, hand sanitizer, things like that. And they go to grab the bag and they're like, hey guys, like, do we have any other rolls anywhere? Like there's no more toilet paper in here. And I kind of noticed earlier that afternoon, I went to the bathroom, I go, oh, it's like looking like we're hitting the end of the roll, but maybe I assumed like the leaders had some more or whatever. So when they said that, I was like, oh, I did notice that we were running low. So everyone's like, oh, are we all out of the toilet paper? And then that's when the one leader was like, oh, I only brought 5 rolls. I thought that'd be more than enough, like blah, blah, blah. So then people started to panic a little bit. Like we still have a full like half day the next day. We've all been eating good. Like,
oh no.
So people are getting a little concerned, but we're like, whatever, half a day, we'll figure it out. Like we're back soon enough. And so I tell my little like tent buddy, it was actually the sorry girl, so it was Becky. I was like, hey, just so you know, I got some baby wipes, like just putting that out there. Don't tell the rest of the crew, but we were roomies at this point, right?
Yeah.
So the next morning, and like it's not that it's a full, you're not just like shitting in the wild in Algonquin. There's kind of like pre-made holes.
Yeah.
So like there's like a designated area where you go. So I guess
So
the next
weird.
morning, yeah, this sounds out of context. This sounds so disgusting, but
Yeah.
whatever. This is how life be. The next morning, someone wakes up, goes to the bathroom, and I guess they notice in the hole, compassion shit all over it. Integrity. Like, all of our flags are in the hole. Like,
Jesus Christ.
fully covered in shit, right?
Ew.
And, like, I think the best one was integrity. I think was right on top. Shit across it.
Ew.
So I guess in the middle of the night,
so
someone had to
nasty.
go. And they're like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to use like a leaf. Like, that could be, I don't want like
Poison ivy.
or insect eggs on, you don't know what's on a
Yeah.
leaf. They're like, I'm taking our integrity flags.
That is
they
funny.
snatch off the cloths one by one and do what they had to do.
Great story to end
Isn't
this
that
episode.
too funny?
Yeah.
That's the most potty talk story.
Jeez,
We
okay.
never found out who did it. So if it was you,
Oh, see, that's even funnier.
no one would own up to it. You don't want to be the one that's like, yes, I took our friendship flags.
That is so
and wiped
awkward.
my ass with it.
All right, well, let's kick off roses and thorns after that note.
Okay, thorn is... Life's been good. I don't even have a thorn. Oh, I have a thorn, actually. This is cute. My mom listens to these. She's going to appreciate this.
Yeah.
My mom's been gone on like a little vacation for like 3 weeks almost now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, my mama.
You miss her?
So yeah, I feel like I haven't seen her in a hot minute, and this feels like extra long. It's like always when someone's not available, that's when you want them
I
the
know,
most.
yeah.
Like, Mom, I just want to do dinner and like catch up.
Yeah. That's
So I
nice.
miss my mama, and a rose is, been going to your personal trainer. Oh, it's been good. I'm the type of person that never went to like an actual gym. Never used half these machines before. Feels so good. I'm loving it. I am sore,
great.
but like, yeah, incredible. Shout out to Rosedale Club. Another rose is, I'm loving these new Nike tights.
Yeah, thanks for these epic
Nike.
outfits as always, guys.
Nike workout gear is just
The
the
best.
best. I really love it. And then a rosebud I'm looking forward to. So I teased this in a YouTube video the other day. I was talking a little bit about merch. I didn't talk any details, but we do have a meeting today about our merch. So Potty
do.
Talk merch coming soon.
It's going to be great.
It's rosebud for sure. What
Love
about you, Tor?
that. Thorn, I guess, would be maybe today's weather. I was up really early today, like 6 a.m., like fresh on the go,
wow.
and it was just like dark, like, you know, and then when I actually left the house, it was still dark and rainy, and I just hate that feeling. Yesterday was so
I
nice.
felt
Like, I
like
feel like you
spring
can
the
really
last
like
couple of
kick
days.
off your day, but yeah, that was too bad. So that's a thorn, I guess. Rose, would be, I'm excited for the Junos. There's like a lot of really dope artists that are performing, and like apparently like where we're gonna sit and like be during the live taping is like among like a lot of the good action.
Oh, fun.
And we get like access to a lot of the kind of more like VIP-ish parties, so that should be fun. Like Lennon Stella.
Oh yeah, she's nominated.
Yeah, Daniel Caesar. Like there's just some like really cool
We
artists.
have a lot of good Canadian artists right now.
Yeah.
That are thriving.
She's not Canadian.
Lennon is. She's from Oshawa.
What?
Yeah.
She's Canadian?
Yeah.
Oh, I just
She
assumed
just
she
lives
was like
in
an
Nashville now.
international,
No,
like.
no, she's from Oshawa.
Oh, that's rich. I didn't
That
know
is
that.
rich.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm
she's a
excited for
Canadian
that.
gal.
Wow, that's even cooler. Another rose would be my cleaning lady. I'm just so excited for it to be fresh.
It is nice having a good
Yeah, and then
organization station.
Rosebud would be. We have an exciting guest coming on the podcast for next week's episode, so I think you guys will really enjoy that.
That is a good rosebud.
Yeah.
Same. Wow, guys.
See you next time.
Is that the end?
Don't wipe your ass with an integrity.
Have integrity. Go steal Costco toilet paper.
What?